I've been sitting around in a form of recovery for the last couple of days over, um, I guess, a failed relationship, and it inspired this topic. Kind of ironic how people will say that, oh, you just randomly came up with this, and then real life events will assign these prompts, rather. Um, so, on the topic of if a person is all the way to blame for failed or otherwise unsuccessful attempts at creating a relationship, whether it be platonic or romantic, I think the short answer is to an extent. I think it's another one of those things where you have to examine because various factors lead to our placements within communication. So, for example, if I start talking to someone and I say, okay, we're both going to initiate this dialogue every time we see each other, and this person moves to some country where they're thousands and thousands of miles away, and thereby they cannot receive any of my communications, and the relationship dies out from that. That's an environmental factor, um, or circumstantial, situational, however you pronounce it or um, give it that characterization. Now, when it comes to others, I'll be the first to admit there are some steps that retroactively I could say, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done this, maybe I shouldn't have done that, um, in communication with people. Whether it was calling them too much, calling them too little, but there gets to a point where the two people involved just don't have certain common ground. And unfortunately, what I've started seeing is that even if you have shared interest, there is this tendency to not capitalize on that. So for example, I have known multiple people of both genders who were as into history as I am, but one of the ongoing issues is that I would either be too much into it or we would have various views on things that were just very radically different, or they just for whatever reason weren't as conversational about it as I was. Um, but I wouldn't say those people, were horrible because they didn't align with me on that. And really, that's kind of where I'm coming from on the perspective of it's too difficult to single out and say, you are just this because these all didn't work. Never mind the fact that all of these didn't work for various reasons that if I sat down and tried to explain or otherwise uh, give credence to beyond this person said this, I did this, that would this stream would be, I think, at least an hour long if I were to just go through and give the straight version, my rationale for my own actions, and then the aftermath. So that's a short answer.